I have good news for you and I have bad news for you when it comes to getting in shape. The bad news is it never gets any easier. The good news is you can just get better at dealing with those difficulties. Today I'm going to share with you 3 mindset shifts that will help you stick it out when you inevitably encounter setbacks and difficulties while you're trying to get in shape. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Matteo Marra. What's up? I've been lifting weights for 9 years. I've been fat, I've been skinny fat, I've been skinny, and I've been jacked, and basically everything in between. Honest to God, it has been difficult the entire time, but here's something that's helped me stay motivated through it. Whether you're just getting started in the gym or you're getting back into it after a layoff or you've been in the gym for years, the first one is what I call just having a mastery mindset. If you read the book Mindset by Carol Dweck, you know all about the importance of having a growth mindset. It's the idea that even if you struggle with a certain task or set of skills, your abilities are not fixed or set in stone. You can be better, you can be fitter, you can get stronger, you can get leaner. Even if you've always been a bigger guy or you've always been weak or small, it's not a curse. I think a big part of this comes down to just accepting that something you might be doing right now or might have done in the past is probably pretty dumb. That's actually a really good thing. If you can't look back in the past and go, oh yeah, there was that thing I was doing that was actually really dumb, you're probably doing the dumb thing right now. So forgive yourself if you don't get everything perfect right away, and just give yourself permission to try new things and suck at it. There's also the concept from Robert Greene called mastery. He claims that we go through 3 phases: the apprentice phase, the creative active phase, and into mastery. So if you're in the apprentice phase, you probably want to seek out a mentor. You want to aim to learn the fundamentals and the foundational elements and rules that drive your progress in the first place. You probably don't want to be writing all your own workout plans and coming up with fancy, complicated nutrition plans to get yourself in shape. Learn the basics first, follow proven processes, and as you get more intermediate and advanced, you can start to tweak things in a way that works best for you. Mindset shift number 2 is that getting in shape is really just a set of skills. I used to think of getting in shape as strictly something that you do. Things have changed now. I see it more as a set of skills that you can learn. Think of it like a skill tree in a role-playing game, like an RPG, where your character develops certain traits and goes into certain paths. Let's take eating for weight loss as an example, which would be like one certain arm of that tree. On that arm, you have a branch called tracking progress for fat loss. And on that branch of tracking progress, there are a bunch of little nodes like taking progress pictures, tracking your calories, taking measurements, doing weigh-ins. And you have to learn all those skills in order to get the results at the base of the tree. The faster you start learning these skills, the faster you're going to start seeing the results you want. And the only way to really learn these skills is to do them. See if you can identify which branch in particular you're struggling with most right now. Is it the nutrition side of things? Is it the training side of things? Is it mostly just the lifestyle, sleep, and stress management, or kind of planning where you need to go with everything? What is it that you're lacking in most right now? Leave a comment below letting me know, which skill do you feel like you need to develop? Is it mostly the nutrition side of things? Is it the training side of things? Or is it just planning it all? Once you identified where you're coming up short, go watch some YouTube videos on it. Find out what has worked for someone else. Maybe they've even helped a bunch of other people with that specific thing you're struggling with. Try what's worked for them and see how it might work for you. Over time, you'll continue to test and develop your character tree and build the skills you need. As you experiment with all this stuff, you'll find that you've slotted in skills and methods and mechanisms that deliver on the results that you're after, that ultimately kind of end up being this unique recipe of things that you do that work for you. And that's mastery. The guys I work with use a simplified approach to nutrition and training to lose fat and build visible muscle. I outline my strategy for losing fat without giving up the foods you love in my free guide, the 250 method. It's just one skill in the toolbox that you can use to stay on track when you're going out for beers, eating restaurant meals, or having meals with your family. So go click the link in the description to download that free guide. Thirdly is what I call the red cedar effect. When I was a kid, my father would take my 2 older brothers and I, and we'd all go for walks in the woods. At first, I'd walk around in the woods, I'd get tired, I'd get sweaty, I was just looking around at the trees. I hated it. Until one trip we took together when I was like 12 years old. My father was a forest scientist, and he brought us over to the base of this big tree one day. We pulled a few strips of the bark off the tree, and I smelled its distinct scent, and he said, "Boys, this is a western red cedar." We looked at the leaves and bark and kind of got to know it. He showed us a few other local tree species there too. And after a while, we'd walk through the forest and the boys would be pointing out like, "Oh, hey, look, it's a Douglas fir. Look, it's a cedar. Oh, look over there." Later in life, I'd be sitting in an Adirondack chair in the sun, and the wood was being warmed up, and I could smell that distinct smell of cedar. Why am I telling you this? Because when we learn what we're looking for, we can see it more clearly. You engage more deeply with your life when you understand it it more deeply. The same thing is true for getting in shape. When you learn that you can get a kick-ass full body workout in 20 to 30 minutes, you start finding time for that in your calendar. When you learn what healthy eating actually looks like, you start finding ways to make it happen. Just last week, my girlfriend Jay took a work trip to Calgary. She ordered groceries on Instacart so they got delivered to her room, healthy, high-protein stuff ready to rock before she even arrived. She would take 5 or 10-minute breaks during the lunchtime at the meeting to go walk on the treadmill and get some extra steps in. That is the red cedar effect in full action. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like it if you liked it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more good stuff just like this. If you're struggling to fully commit to getting in shape, then go check out my video, How Average Guys Get in Extraordinary Shape for the Mindset You Need Next.